time of year again. We're talking about flu season.
Oh my gosh.
So it's time to get your flu shot. Most Americans do. Despite that, there's still a lot of false information about the flu shot. For instance, a recent Facebook post claimed that after you get the flu shot, you're contagious for 2 weeks. What do you think about that?
I don't know that that's true. I mean, I'm not a doctor.
Completely false. But I think they got it backwards. What people don't realize, you get your flu shot, it takes 2 weeks for you to build up immunity. So if I give you your shot today, you're not protected. It takes a couple of weeks for that time. So I think they got it backwards.
Oh, I see.
But it's this kind of misinformation that leads people to put their health at risk and make bad choices. In fact, the health of all of us is important when you get your flu shot. So do you get your flu shot every year?
No.
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 Oh, my goodness.
I've never had a flu shot.
Wow, why not?
One of the worst sicknesses ever in my entire life. I was 15 and I had the flu, and I remember it like it was yesterday. I was sick for 2 weeks. I thought I was dying. And my mom probably thought I was dying.
And you got that after you got the flu shot?
No, I just got the flu.
Oh, so why not get a
I'm
flu
not
shot
going to
then?
inject myself with the flu.
You're not. No. Okay. Hang on. Good thing you said that, because that's
Come
not
on,
what
Dr.
happened.
Steve. I'm pretty.
Okay, you're getting injected. You're getting a shot with a killed virus. The virus is killed. You can't get the flu from a flu shot.
Here's how I justify it.
Oh, boy. Here we go.
I justify it by, don't do that. I justify it by saying that, you know, people who are at risk, like who are not healthy, need the flu shot more than I do. You know, like little kids and elderly people. So I don't get a flu shot. That's how I justify it.
Yeah,
but
that's
honestly,
not right,
I remember being that sick, and I don't ever want to be that sick. It doesn't make any sense for me to inject myself with something that made me so violently ill.
No. Okay, so here's the truth, though. What happens is it's important that healthy people get a flu shot, because if you are around those other people, the elderly or very young people, if you are sick, you can get them sick. So it just makes sense for all of us to get a flu shot so that it keeps the incidence of the flu down, you know, among the entire population. So it really is important if you can do it. I know a lot of people still have their fears. I get it. But the truth is, you really can, you know, should get the flu shot. It's better for everybody. So here's the thing. You always hear about the flu every year, and you know, they say this year's vaccine, is it a good match? Is it going to work? And the reason why that is because what happens is every year the flu actually travels around the world. Right?
So I was just about to ask you, there's something that just came out about Australia and what their flu cases are right now, and they're tremendously off the charts.
Right. So what happens is we monitor the flu as it makes its way around the globe from Asia, right? And the flu is a virus, so it can mutate. So what happens is we have to make, in this country, we have to make hundreds of millions of vaccines, right? Whatever the number is. And we have to make them in advance. You can't make them overnight. So what researchers do and doctors do, they predict, based on what they're seeing in the earlier months, what flu strains they think we're going to see by the time flu season comes around. So it's an educated guess. Sometimes it's a great match, sometimes it's not.
That explains why you hear about the vaccine that didn't work at all.
Right.
Like it was for the wrong strand. That makes so much sense now. I didn't know that.
It's not so much that it doesn't work. It may not prevent you from getting the flu, but even if you got the flu and it wasn't a great match, but you got the flu shot, it's likely your flu illness will not be as severe as if you had no shot at all. So at least you get something. So instead of being on your back laid up for a week to 10 days, maybe you're sick 4 or 5 days. But you could still catch the flu. You know what I mean? So another question people think, well, I'm pregnant. I can't get the flu shot, right?
I'm not pregnant.
No, I'm just saying. But the people ask that and they're worried. But the truth is, pregnant women especially should get a flu shot, because if they get the flu, they're at risk for complications. So it could be a really bad thing if you get pregnant and you get the flu, so it's better to get a flu shot. A lot of people say, oh, I don't want to get a flu shot because I'm pregnant, but you really should get it. So it's important.
Sounds scary to me.
Yeah, it's a big deal. So here's the thing. The first flu vaccine was introduced in 1938. But you may not know this. There was an influenza epidemic that swept the world in 1918, and it killed an estimated, are you ready, 50 million people.
Wow.
Died from that flu in 1918.
That's a lot of people.
Now, it turns out 1/5 of the entire world population was infected. They got the flu, but 50 million died, so it's a huge number. Now, within months, that had killed more people than any other illness in recorded history.
Really?
Yeah. Now, here's the thing. 1 to 2% of people who get the flu shot will get a mild fever. Most reactions are just local. A little pain, tenderness, a little redness right at the site. But this is a big deal. It's a minor thing to have when you think about how sick you could get. And every year, literally, thousands of people die from the flu. Yes, they're mostly elderly, mostly people with weak immune systems, but thousands of people die every year from the flu. So it's important. You should get your flu shot. I got mine. It's not just about us, right?
Yes.
So if you have an elderly relative, or let's say you have a friend that just had a baby, or a family member that just had a baby, you have to be careful around that baby because their immune system isn't fully developed. So that's why it's important for everyone in society to get the flu shot if they can. Another thing people don't realize, you know, if you're not vaccinated, you can get influenza A, and then you think, oh, good, I got the flu, I'm done. But nah, you can get influenza B too. You can get the flu
So the
twice.
vaccination.
No, for people who
I'm
don't
sorry.
get vaccinated.
Okay.
Like if you don't get your shot, you could actually get the flu
Different
twice if
strands?
there's different strains going
So
around.
you're saying if you get the shot,
It lessens the chance that you'll get the flu and also lessens the severity of the flu regardless of the match.
okay.
But
all right.
if you don't, like I have had patients that have gotten influenza A and they're miserable for a week or 10 days. They didn't get the flu shot. They think, well, I got the flu, I'm good. Nuh-uh. 3 weeks later, come in, got influenza B.
If
'cause
I
of
get
wave.
the flu shot and I get sick, Dr. Steve, I'm going to hurt you.
Okay. That will be very interesting. I think on that note, when we come back, we got a relationship expert here. They're going to give us some advice on how to deal with an annoying in-law.
Ooh, don't miss that.
All right.
Coming up.
Next.